Thank you. It's my birthday last week. The big 5-0. And man, we had I don't know, a bunch of network marketing rock stars came in from all over the world and made fools of themselves in this town. You know, it feels like they just had that movie Las Vegas. Did you see that one, the Las Vegas? It felt a little bit like that at 4 in the morning at the nightclub. You know, it's like, what are we doing here? This is odd. But anyway, had a great time, great friends. It's good to be able to share some time with you. How many, just a show of hands, how many people have either read the book or listened to the audio of GoPro? Wow! That's unreal. Did you like it? Okay? Did it help you make some money? All right, good. Well, listen, in my time today, I'm a little bit jacked up. Is it all right for I'm a little bit jacked up today? Good. I'm going to tell you my story, and I'm going to give you some ideas, because I've talked with your ownership, and I've talked with the leadership, and I will tell you, you're at a magical moment. There are a handful of times in your life where you'll be given what you're given and what you're faced with over the course of the next 90, 120 days. A few times in your life, handful. And there's going to be people in this room that act on the opportunity and get in front of it, and there's going to be people in this room that just go back home and go back to sleep.
Mercy.
And I will tell you this, millions of dollars will be made as a result of the effort in the next 100 days or so. So, yeah, I'm a product, my success in network marketing is a product of about 6 different 90-day windows of time over the course of 25 years. 6 different times where I acted when somebody else didn't. When I moved when somebody else was frozen. 6 different periods of time. And that turned into over $15 million in commissions and an incredible life. And, you know, I get to live my dreams every single day and help other people every single day. And that's what I want you to do, right?
Yeah.
So I started off, I was one of those people that shouldn't have any excuses, because, you know, I grew up middle-class family, never really went hungry, never had what we all wanted, you know what I mean? My family, to try to describe my family, is they loved a bargain. They loved a deal. They loved garage sales. They loved the thrift shop. They loved it like you cannot believe. They would say, see this tie? You like it? Bought it for 10 cents. Why do you need to say 10 cents? I was always walking around behind my parents. You like this sport coat? Got it for $1. You want it? Here, take it. Constantly. That was the feeling that we grew up with. Always looking for a bargain. I got in one of the biggest fights I ever got in with my father, because anybody who's around my age knows that what you needed to have in high school was Levi's red tag jeans. If you didn't have Levi's red tag jeans, you're just not, it wasn't going to work. And they wouldn't buy it. They're like $25 for a pair of jeans? Are you crazy? It's never happening. And my dad one day brought me home 10 pair of Rustler Irregulars. Which doesn't even work. Rustler is already irregular. And I'm like, Dad, you just don't understand. You know, and then we had our big fight. But if I was trying to describe how I felt in that moment, anybody ever see the Harry Potter movies? You know, when the kids are having the big banquets, the big banquet hall, and all the teachers are up there, and the tables are mounded with food, every kind of food in the world. The lords and the ladies are sitting at the table, right? But the way I felt is me and my family were under the table, hoping that a chicken wing dropped off, and then we could say we got it for free. That was how I felt. And I was like, I don't want to sit under the table and wait for somebody's scraps and somebody's offering something for sale because they don't want it anymore. I don't want to live like that. Why do I have to live like that? Why does that have to be my mindset? I don't like that, right? So it bothered me, and it didn't motivate me at the time, but it kind of bothered me. And I was a kid that barely escaped high school. I mean, we had to negotiate that last semester. Do we want him back? Should we let him go? Let him be society's problem? Seriously, no joke. I was one of the kids that made the top 90% of the class possible, right? True story. I went to community college to play football. I went to community college. Why? Because that's the only place you're going to go. All my friends, I couldn't go to the schools they wanted to go to. And I made the team, but I just, before the season even started, I'm sitting in the training room. I got a, muscle separated from my knee. I got 3 cracked ribs, and I got a separated shoulder. And I said, I'm probably not going to go pro. I'm second string going against the first string defense, getting destroyed on every play. So I decided to strike out on my fortune. I had 18 jobs before I was 23 years old, 18 jobs for real. And if you think about that, that's not easy to do. You have to apply for a job, you have to get accepted, you have to start the job, get fired, find another one 18 times. I've done everything you can do in the food service industry. I'm a huge tipper today. I've done everything you can do in a restaurant. I've sold peanuts at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, which they just tore down. Got fired. How do you get fired selling peanuts? I'll tell you the story, how I got fired. Here's how I got fired. My deal was, I would say, peanuts, get your peanuts. Can I walk out here a little bit? So you're going to work with the mic? Peanuts, get your peanuts, and if I threw it and you couldn't catch it, you could have the peanuts for free. Peanuts, get your, who wants it? Boom, boom, boom. I got a Monday Night Football once and throwing peanuts around. It was really, really cool. So anyway, I'm throwing peanuts at a Twins game. And the guy says, peanuts, okay. Somebody bumps his arm, last second. Tips off his fingers, hits a little lady in the cheek. Didn't hurt her. Didn't scratch her, nothing. But she wasn't happy. So I went, I'm really, really sorry. The guy should have caught it. Her husband wasn't happy either. Can I give you free peanuts? I'm really, really sorry. And they calmed down everything. So I left. I came back 3 days later for the next game. And my manager, who I didn't even know I had a manager, said, step into my office. I said, did you hit a little, she said, did you hit a little old lady in the cheek? I said, yeah, I explained the situation. He said, well, here's the deal. Her husband's filed a lawsuit against the Minnesota Twins, the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, and the commission, and the commissary company here. And part of the lawsuit is he'll drop everything if we fire you. So I said, it's nice meeting you. Have a nice day. So literally, I go across town to where they do the ice capades and all that stuff, and I start vending over there, because this is my skill set. I'm a vendor now. I go across town, and that lasts for about 2 weeks, and they say, we heard about you. For real. So I got fired by association from the next place, too. So anyway, any of you been through a few jobs in your career? A few jobs? Any of you have kids or whatever that you're hoping, praying that they're going to get off the million-job treadmill? There's hope. It can happen. So anyway, age 23, I get introduced to network marketing. 1988, I get introduced to network marketing, and it changed my life. And originally, I was negative. Originally, I was, this is stupid. This is the dumbest thing I ever heard. And then my sponsor said, we're going to do it anyway. You can. Go back to your life. And I was like, wait, hold on. I don't want to get left behind. Went and asked my dad for a little money because I was broke. Dad, can you loan me a little bit of money to start my new career here? And he agreed one more time. How many times he's done that? So I have great parents. They're out here with us. They just flew in to hang out. have them fly around with us now wherever we go. We go to a beach somewhere, Mom and Dad's got to come, you know, hang out on the beach.
That's cool.
So I got started in my network marketing business, and I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because I want to get into some pretty serious training stuff today. And I struggled. I don't know if any of you have struggled. But I really struggled. I mean, I was willing to work hard. I was always willing to work hard. But I didn't know what I was doing really. And you know what I was focused on? I was focused on, my dominant emotion was fear. I was afraid I was going to get left behind. I was afraid I was going to miss it. I was afraid I was going to look stupid. I was afraid that my people would quit and go someplace else or just walk away and decide not to do it. I was afraid that I was really just a $5 an hour person. That I was pretending I wasn't a $5 an hour person, but maybe I really was a minimum wage person. And so these are all the emotions going through me. And I made a little bit of money in the first 3 years, just enough to pay the bills. You know, but I like to say just enough to be miserable. Some of you making some money in here in the room, just enough to be miserable, right? Not enough to have lifestyle, not enough to have freedom, but enough to be in the game, okay? And I was, over the first 3 years, I probably quit, emotionally quit, half a dozen times. I don't know if any of you quit. You don't need to admit it in this room, but I don't know if any of you emotionally quit. You maybe never told anybody, but you quit. For that night, it was over. Next day, you said, you know, you maybe reconsidered or something. But I quit probably 6 times. And these events, at the beginning, they were really motivating. I'd see people walk across the stage with the flowers and the, oh, I want to thank the team for my pin and my stuff. Big oversized checks and all that stuff. Really motivating for the first 3 or 4. And then it was like, I want to thank the team. I'm in the back going, shut up. Somebody train me something. I'm tired of listening to you same people thanking the team. I'm the team making you all money. You know what I mean? I don't know if any of you can relate. But I'm like, please, somebody save me from this. I'm tired of this nonsense. For real. So, anyway, I went to a convention looking for an excuse to quit. I'd hit the wall. I was ready to be done with this. And the night before, I'm watching CNN, and somebody had some expert on that they were interviewing about some crazy, obscure topic. And I remember thinking, how does somebody become an expert at that? It's weird. It's like when you watch Storage Wars or something. And they bring that artifact over to some, oh, I know an expert of, you know, of ancient video games or whatever. Japanese swords? Oh, there's a guy just down the street. Japanese swords, sure. And I remember thinking, how does a person become an expert at that? It's just weird. But so nothing really, you know, in my mind, I suppose that they learned everything that they could learn, and they practiced everything that they could practice, and they just learned the topic so cold that they became the person that somebody would call. So nothing clicked that day, but the next day, in the middle of the Tears Parade, I'm sitting back there and watching, like this. You know, recognition program has started again. Here we go. And it was like I got hit by lightning, literally. It was like an audible pop in my head, and I went, hold it. What if I decided to become an expert at this? What if I decided that I figure out what the skills are, and I learn them, and I become one of the best in the world? They couldn't let me sit in the chair anymore. I'd have to be on that stage. I'd have to earn my way up there. They'd have to want me up there because I'd be the best. What if I let go of trying to get that magical distributor that was going to change everything? What if I let go of being afraid and being petty and being bitter about somebody else getting success versus me not? Because I was looking for shortcuts. I wasn't looking for skills. I was looking for an angle. I was looking to get lucky. I wasn't working on being good. So in that moment, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Right now, right here. And it was a moment that changed my life, because in that instant, my fear went away. The fear was gone. I had a plan. Because if you're hoping to get lucky, you're looking at all these other people, how they do it, you're trying to figure out the angle, you're trying to do all that stuff, find that magical distributor, that person that's going to join your business, change everything, all that other stuff that I know all of you go through. If you let go of that and say, you know what, I'm just going to become world class. I'm going to become one of the best in the world at this profession. When that happened for me, my fear went away completely. And I was on a mission. Starting that weekend, I started asking the top earners different questions instead of these silly, lack-based, fear-based questions. I'd start asking them, what do you think are the most important skills for network marketing? I started to write it down. And what do you think are the top 3 things that you need to do inside of that skill? And I started to write it down. And I started to create this little playbook that I could use to be able to go out, and you know what happened? In an extremely short period of time. 2 years later, I'm 29 years old, my 1099 for that year was $980,000. 2 years later. Things can change fast. Now, I still wasn't world class, but I was pretty good. I still wasn't world class because it takes time to become world class. I learned that there are 7 skills that you need to develop. And you need to not only understand them, but you need to practice those skills. You need to work on those skills. You need to master those skills. Because once you do, then you're good. You know what's cool? If you master those skills, and they're the easiest skills of any skill, high-paid skill set. You know, anybody in here a doctor? Anybody? Anybody a doctor over here? How many years does it take to become a doctor? 9 years. How many hours of practice does it take before they'll let you operate on your own? Well, whatever it is. Practice on your own. How many hours of internship practice, whatever? Okay, 2,000 hours of study, 2,000 hours of study, 2,000 hours of study, 2,000 hours of practice, experience before they'll let you work with the real patients, right? Kind of, you know? And here's the thing. Most of you haven't given this 20 hours of study. And yet you want a doctor's income. I asked you if I could be real. See, here's the thing. If you want to learn the skill of finding people to talk to, if you gave it 20 hours on that skill, you're like, well, I'm busy, I got stuff going on, I'm busy. Well, that's the thief of your future, is how busy you are with stuff that doesn't matter.
Wow.
So, if you work on the skill of inviting someone, that's the gateway skill. If you can't get somebody to take a look, then you can't get there, right? If you work on that skill, and you practice, and you practice, and you practice, and you practice, you know what it takes to become an expert at inviting? World class, one of the best in the world at inviting? Maybe 100 hours of practice. Maybe. Maybe. Not, you know, it's a tiny fraction. And is it fun being a doctor in the new world? It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Yeah, $300,000, you got a huge price of entry. Here, you know, roll up your sleeves. Let's go after it. So I decided to do that, and I decided, you know, number one, I learned it. Number 2, I mastered it. Number 3, I started to teach it. And then I taught people how to teach it. And I started to have this magical thing called duplication. Wow. Isn't that interesting? I know some of you are really, really good at selling this product. You're really, really good at telling the product story and getting customers. You're not necessarily as good, some of you, at building a team. And then some of you aren't necessarily as good as you would like to be at teaching those people how to build a team. See, my first 3 years, I kept hearing these stories about duplication. People would come up right on the board. Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to get 5 people. Right? 5. And then you just teach those 5 to get 5. Right? 25. And then you just teach those people to get 5. You write 125. Have you ever seen this little diagram?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. And then it goes 625, 3125. You know, you take that page long enough and you get the whole world, right? No, but here's what I learned. Here's what I learned. If you want to, you make a decision, you can get 5. See, I'm getting 5. Don't talk it to them until they're coming in. Right? Most of you got mad, made a decision, you went and got 5, didn't you? Yeah. Right? Those of you who haven't got mad yet, you know, you've been selling your product, whatever, because you haven't figured out the skill yet, whatever. You haven't faced your fear yet, that's fine. Once you make the decision, maybe this weekend's your decision, you're going up, you're coming in. Right? The second thing you can do is you can make your 5 get their 5. What's your name? Michael, you're getting 5. We're not resting until you get it. Okay, let's get in the car. You don't get to go home until we get 5. We're driving until it's done. Right? So now you got 30. You ever see those vaudeville tricks where they put a plate on a stick and they spin the plate? That's kind of what you do, right? You go to Michael, you want to do this? We got this great product, it's going to be amazing. We're going through this incredible, exciting metamorphosis. Yeah, I'm in. Put him up. Michael's on the stick. Spin Michael. What's your name? Gwen. And I talked to Gwen. Gwen, you see Michael? He's spinning. You want to spin? Maybe you use different language. Gwen's going. Michael's going. Choo, choo, choo. I got 2. Some of them spin better than others. Some of them are kind of, you know, sticky. What's your name? Veronica. Veronica's up there. I got Veronica going. Now I got 3. You know, and if this one gets a little tired, come on back to the meeting. Show somebody the product. You know, take a look at the video. We got a new website. Check out the website. Get the 5th one. Come to the event. Come on. Right? So now you got it going. And you think this is supposed to be time freedom.
Talk to me.
All you're doing is spinning the darn plates. You're spinning over here. Would anybody spin themselves? For crying out loud. This is all I do. Call people, wake them up, come to the meeting, try the product, let's go. Back over here. With your 5, right? Here's the thing, that's just level 1. Now you say you're 5. You're getting 5. Now you got 30 plates. And at some point, I promise you, you're going to hit the stage and say, the heck with you guys, spin yourself. I'm over here with this fun new group. They spin like crazy. You guys are just, I'm tired of you. Right? So you're over hanging out with the fun spinning group, the new one. You look over there and they're going, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, really? Gotta go over there, crank them up again. Or you decide to take 2 days off. Go to a bed and breakfast someplace just to get your sanity. You come back and you start hearing crashing noises. You still got some spinning, so you tell the spinning ones, ignore that noise. Don't pay any attention to that noise. Yeah, but, oh, they just lost the faith. You know, some will, some won't, so what next? Let's get going. Right? How fun is that? No fun. But that's what, you know, hey, I'm a good soldier. I'm gonna put on my work clothes. I'm gonna make this happen. See, the formula for financial independence is not how much you can do, put on your shoulders. It's your ability to get a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently, right? That's what it is. That's where you make your money. But even though I was a hard worker my first 3 years, I did that and I rebuilt my organization 7 times. Wow. Build it up, because all you can get to is what you can reach. How many plates can you spin? We don't know, but we'll find out. You get to about 30, and then it hits a wall. And then they quit, they leave, they say it's enough, or you have drama, whatever, and it shrinks back down. And if you have choices, and I hope you don't, but if you can go do something else, that's when people leave. See, I had the good fortune of not having a college degree and not having a job career, and not having a resume, not having success in my life, because there's no place I could go. So I quit, and the universe would say, so? What are you going to do tomorrow? I guess I'm going back to what I was mad at today. You know? I've got no place else to go. There's nobody going to hire me. The worst thing in the world that could have happened to my life is if, when I got fired at the Metrodome, the manager said, you know what, you showed initiative yesterday, we're going to make you manager of the Metrodome with a lifetime contract. We'll pay you 50 grand a year forever. Come on in. You can even pass it down to your kids. They get to live in the Metrodome too. I'd have taken it. Done. I'd have taken a lifetime deal there. Living a fraction of what I was supposed to live, contributing a fraction of what I was supposed to contribute. But thank God, they say some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers.
That's right.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that, because I wouldn't be where I am, living the life that I'm living, if I hadn't been forced to deal with myself. I was the difference. So, at the beginning, those 7 times where I built it up, and go disappear, built it up, go disappear, I would change strategies. So my first strategy was, well, I was too nice to the first group. I need to be tough with the second group. That's going to be the difference. Drop down, give me 20. You ever try that? I'm going to be tough. And then when that didn't work, I'm going to be real corporate. We're going to be real, business-like. That didn't work. So I said, well, let's be the party group. We'll just all hang out and party. And we'll talk about business in between. We'll have barbecues and all kinds of stuff. That created a lot of drama. Seriously, a lot of drama. If you have too big of a party group, you get some drama. And I said, well, this is the wrong people. I just need to get more successful people. Well, these people are too successful. I need to get somebody who's hungry. I tried all that stuff, and I found out none of those things were true. None of those things were true. The thing that was true is I didn't have the skills that could, number one, would do it, because I was looking for an angle, or could teach it, teach people to teach it. And once I let go and I accepted a new aspect of duplication, which was, you've seen in the book, we talk about using third-party materials and really buying into that process, I went from knowing every single piece of drama and everybody in my downline, I knew everything about everybody, to there's the coolest thing in the world happens to you. Some of you have never experienced this yet, but you will. When somebody walks up and introduces themselves as somebody in your downline that you never knew. It's like, hi, I just want you to know you changed my life. We've never met, but you've changed my life. Thank you so much for starting this. It's the coolest feeling ever. It's the coolest feeling. The other cool feeling is when you look at a big, huge convention hall and it's all in your downline. That's a cool feeling. And you get, every one of you can have it. Well, not all in your downline, but most of it. Because as this company transforms in the next 24 months, there's going to be a few of you that end up absolutely capturing the lion's share of the growth. So 2 years from now, just plug this into your brain. 2 years from now, you take this room, and this is just one of your downlines. This room. Then you'd have another one, and another one, and you've got a convention hall of 8,000 people, and it's all you can do. That's real. I will give you the catch to network marketing. Would you like the catch to network marketing? There's a catch. You probably already know it. But once you understand this, I think that there's 3 things that you need to have, you need to figure out in order to master network marketing. Something for your notes, right? 3 things. 1, you need to have an understanding of what we have. Understand the power of network marketing. Once you have a full understanding of it, the gift that we have a better way. Once you have some understanding, it's going to really help you in a dramatic way. Some of you don't really understand the gift that you have. You understand your product. You understand, you're kind of excited, but you don't really understand how powerful this is. Some of you. Number 2, you need to have skills. See, a lot of people have understanding and no skills, and they're just super excited running down the wrong road. What Jim Rohn used to say, you can take an idiot and you motivate him. Now all you have is a motivated idiot. Running faster down the wrong road. So a lot of times passion isn't the only thing, right? You gotta have some skills. You gotta know how to get somebody to take a look. How do you follow up in a way that they'll, keep them in the game? How do you close? How do you get them started? How do you promote events, right? How do you find people to talk to? How do you present in a way that works and duplicates? There's only 7, right? So skills are number 2. And then the third thing, you got to face your fear. You got to face your fear. There isn't a person in this room that doesn't have fear, including me. Including your corporate team, including your top leaders and your top earners and everybody. They all have fear. The people who are dealing with the production backstage, they're dealing with fear too. Afraid that they're going to mess up. Afraid that they're going to look bad. Afraid that they're going to be embarrassed. Afraid that they're going to fail. Afraid that it's, somebody's going to come in and they're going to let them down and they're not going to be a good upline or whatever. All kinds of fear that you need to deal with. But if you have strong understanding and strong skills, what I found is that pushes the fear into a tiny little corner. The skills by themselves, preparation, to help me build my confidence. So understanding and skills, understanding and skills, understanding and skills. Put some passion in there and you're good. The fear gets put into a small little box. The highest earning people on planet Earth, they still have some fear. Fear that they don't have enough time to get to all the people that they have with their message. Whatever it is. So, talking about the fear thing, here's the catch to network marketing, is at the beginning it's pretty fear-based. I'll tell you, you know when a person makes the decision to join network marketing? I can tell you when you made the decision to join network marketing. Okay? The majority of you in this room, here's when you made the decision. When it clicked in your head that, oh, I know some people that might do this too. Huh. I know this one, and I know this one, and I know this one. Oh, my crazy sister-in-law, she does this kind of stuff all the time. Oh, that guy at work. Oh, that neighbor. Oh, that person at church. Huh. I kind of have a little team in my brain here that'll probably do this. And once that list is long enough, and in your mind it takes away the risk, you pull out your credit card and off you go. That's when you join. You didn't join a business. What you bought was, what's the startup, typical startup for getting started here? How much? $310, $615. You either bought a $300 lottery ticket or a $600 lottery ticket. That's what you bought. right? And they have 5 or 6 scratch-offs on it. And behind the scratch-off is each person's name that you have in your brain. So you bought your $600 lottery ticket, and you go to the first person, crazy sister-in-law. You want to do this, don't you? She says, no, are you crazy? Go to the second one. Well, yeah, this would be a good opportunity. You like this kind of thing, don't you? Yeah, but I'm really focused on what I'm doing. Within 2, a lot of people stop there. They go to the third one, say, well, with not a very good attitude, usually with the third one, you don't want to do this, do you? Then you get freaked out. I must be talking about opportunity too much. You go to the fourth one and say, forget about opportunity. I have some of this product that you might like. You just talk about product now. And then you get to the last one. I mean, you ever had that lottery ticket? There's still hope, but not a lot. You get to that last one, you go, Mom, would you be my customer, please? And if you scratch it off and nobody joins those first 5, what happens? You're done. You're done. You're done. You know why most of you are in this room? You hit one of those 5. That's why you're here. You got one of your 5. And that allowed you to buy another ticket. And then allowed you to buy the next one. And eventually it started opening up for you. But if you don't hit one, what do you do with the used up, no winning lottery ticket? You tear it up, don't you? You don't just throw it away, that's too nice. You tear it up, and you throw it away. And in network marketing, here's what happens. There are millions of people who join network marketing. They did what I just described, and then they tore it up. And here's how they tear it up. Everybody they meet, they say it doesn't work. Everybody they meet, they say it wasn't me. I talk to every person I know. Network marketing doesn't work. Just doesn't work, doesn't work. Nobody takes responsibility. They just pile on the blame. They tell their family and friends, it wasn't me, it was the company. It wasn't me, it was the product. It wasn't me, network marketing doesn't work. It's one of those things. Whatever. That's what they tell the world. So, as a result of that ignorance,
that's right.
Here's what you, and actually has a benefit, because the fact that this resistance is there is the reason why you get paid lots of money. If everybody in the world said, yes, you know, I'm in, be over.
That's right.
Real fast.
Yep.
You get what I'm just saying?
Yeah.
What's hard is what makes it great. So, you must embrace the temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. You've got to embrace the fact that ignorant people are going to think less of you for a while. And not even for a while, maybe permanently. What I've found is, first they'll call you crazy, and then once you're successful, they'll call you lucky. They don't ever really call you smart. Just crazy and lucky, crazy and lucky. But guess where all the entrepreneurs are in the world? One of those 2 categories. Crazy and lucky. Crazy and lucky. I don't know how they do it. Most of my family's still clueless. They're not going to read the book. You couldn't read it. Not happening. So, I went from being bothered like crazy what people thought of me, to toughening up and taking it, and now I love it. I love it. I just love the fact, because every time they identify themselves, it also identifies me. It identifies me as a visionary. It identifies me as an entrepreneur. It identifies me as a risk taker. It identifies me as somebody who's escaped the matrix.
Yeah.
I'm not going back. See what I You know, at the beginning when somebody says network marketing, you're like, yeah, but I know, but the product's really good, but. There's cool people involved, but. Right? Remember that? Yesterday? What I do now is I live out loud and have fun. What do? I'm in network marketing. What's that? We create freedom.
Yes.
Well, what does that mean? Well, you know those things where you build a huge organization and, it looks like this? You heard one of these stories? You know the guy at the top making all the money? I'm that guy! I play with all kinds of people for fun. If somebody says, hey, that network marketing stuff, I think that's a bunch of baloney. I say, oh, you're one of those people. Or I'll say to somebody, how's that working for somebody else for the rest of your life thing doing? I have fun. I'm telling you, I have fun. How's that working with people you don't like very much all day? Going.
Oh, yeah.
How's that traffic thing doing? How's that too much month at the end of the money doing? Right? We create freedom, man. We help people. We rescue people from desperate lives. You know what we really do all day? We help take blind people and we help them see. That's what we do. So it's fun. You want? Let me give you a quick little training course. When somebody gives you attitude about network marketing, anybody ever get attitude? Anybody? Okay. If you get attitude, here's a training course. I'm going to teach you how to deal with that right now, forever, that you can use. And it works all the time. Here's one thing is understanding. If they give you attitude, that means they have personal involvement of some sort. They've tried it, or somebody they love has tried it, and they bought the lottery ticket and it didn't work. Okay? And because of that, they're still tearing it up. That's their habit. Tear it up, tear it up, tear it up, tear it up. So you go to somebody you respect and they say, hold it. Is this one of those things? Stop right there. What I say, and here's the training. Wait. You have a story. What happened? Was it you? Did you get involved? Or was it somebody in your family? Somebody you know? Because you can't be this emotional without a story. What's the story? What happened? Right? Ask them their story. Stop everything and say, you got a story. Come on, you have a story. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You still have it in your garage? Where is it? What's going on? Tell me your story. The company go out of business? Did the upline lie to you? They tell you, what happened? And they'll say, all right, well, here's the story. Okay, have you been involved in network marketing prior to this experience? What were you involved in? Herbalife. Did you say after your Herbalife experience, never again, I'm done? Yes. So you said yes. I'll use you for an example, since you have so much passion about it. Why? Because you lost a lot of money. Well, how did you lose money? You bought products, sold it to some people, you never got the people in the business. So do you think it was the product that was the problem? Do you think it was maybe you didn't have the training? It was maybe the training. Okay, so he's nodding right away, training. Okay, so let me ask you this. It wasn't network marketing that you done, right? You found yourself in a system where you didn't get the training. So you were kind of on this little island. So you said never again. But it's never again to going into a situation where there's no training. Right? It's not never again in network marketing. So if I could show you a place that had amazing training, it might be something we could look at, right? Okay. I find out whatever that resistance was, and then, well, my upline lied to me. Well, that sucks. You shouldn't have an upline that lies to you. What if there was a situation where you didn't have an upline lie to you? And somebody told you the truth, and somebody, you developed a friendship and you were able to build something fun together. So you didn't say no to network marketing, you said no to having an upline line to you. That was something that you need to understand. You thought it was network marketing. It wasn't network marketing. It wasn't the distribution system that let you down. Well, it's yourself or your limiting beliefs or the meaning you gave to the experience that you had. You gave the meaning that it was network marketing, but the meaning really was lack of training. Because here's what I know. Somebody who's been involved before will be involved again. Because once it's in your blood, there's nothing you can do about it. It's terminal. Nothing you can do. You're getting involved again, for sure. So, do you see how easy that is? Versus saying, well, you mean a pyramid like every corporation in the world? Everybody loves to have those fancy stories. How's that working for you? Not very good. But if you go, hey, look, tell me, what happened? I want to know the story. Give me the details. How ugly was it? Awesome. Because then you could say, well, so it was this. You asked a few questions. It was this. So it wasn't really network marketing, was it? It was this other experience that happened to you. So if you got rid of that thing, and the thing that you first fell in love with, that network marketing thing could really work, here's what I know about you. If you've been involved before, you've got unfinished business. You want to finish it. Let's go finish it. I got a vehicle to finish it. Right?
Yeah. Oh, come on, man.
So, is that fun? Does that take some fear away?
Yeah.
Now, here's an assignment for you. For the rest of this trip, try to find somebody who hates network marketing. Seriously, do you hate network marketing? Just go on the street. Do you hate network marketing? Do you hate network marketing? Do you hate network marketing? Yeah. And when you find one, say, okay, tell me the story. Tell me the story. just for fun. Just for a social experiment. Go to your waitress or waiter and say, do you hate network marketing? But just a question. Do you hate it? Have fun with it. Whatever you can defend, promote, right? Be strong. The reasonable person conforms to the world, does what the world tells him. The unreasonable person asks the world to conform to their point of view. So because of that, all progress in the world is based on the unreasonable person. So what I would ask you is, what are you unreasonable about? Are you unreasonable about your product? Are you unreasonable about network marketing? Are you unreasonable? Think about every great leader in the world. They are unreasonable about their cause, their mission, their whatever. Somebody you respect that's a leader, they're unreasonable about it. They don't take flack from anybody. They'll listen, and then they'll educate. And if this person's not ready to listen, they just say, no, stop talking to me. What they're really saying is, if I let you keep talking to me, I'm going to join. So you make me nervous. Actually, going home and talking to my spouse about this afterwards makes me nervous. How are we doing? Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry. All right, we having fun? Yeah. Okay. 7 skills. Skill number 1, finding prospects. Finding prospects, that's a skill. I never thought it was a skill until I joined network marketing and ran out of all my list. Anybody ever feel like you ran out of people to talk to? Anybody? Not very many. That's the highest anxiety in the world. Watching your list go down and your organization not go up. Ugh. Scary. I learned it was a skill. It's actually a skill to add a couple people to your list every single day. It's a skill, and we have tools available to us today that 10 and 20 years ago people would just dream about. You can find anyone with a couple keystrokes today on your phone. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about that person. Tick, tick, tick. You can go to Facebook and type in one letter in the search bar and you'll get a whole list of people that you might know. It's just ridiculous. But learn how to add 2 people a day to your list. Skill number 2, inviting. Inviting. And what I would ask you to do is practice this. And what they put together, they showed me this back off, it's just amazing. The ability to practice using these invitations. What to do with your hot market, what to do with your warm market, what to do with your cold market. Hot market, let me describe what hot market is. Hot market is your close friends and your family. There's a very specific approach. I'm going to teach it to you right now for your close friends and family. Anybody have a basic understanding of the invitation formula? Basic understanding? Show of hands, those of you who read the book. Remember? Here's the basic process. Step one to the invitation is I'm in a hurry. I don't have a lot of time. I'm running out the door. Okay? I got to go, but I'm glad I caught you. Step two, who can tell me what step two is? Compliment them. Really important. Compliment them. And then step three, go into the invitation. And the invitation is built around the compliment. So I'm going to give you, write these three little concepts down. One, I'm in a hurry, don't have a lot of time. Just write hurry. Number two is the compliment. And the compliment for hot market, friends and family, is, listen, one thing I appreciate about you so much is you're my friend. You got my back, you support me, you're my family, you're my parents, you're my brother, you're my sister. The fact that you support me means the world to me. I just want you to know that. Okay? That's number two. You're complimenting them about your relationship and the fact that you get support. Number three is the invite. And the invite is, I just got involved in something that I really like, but I'm really nervous. I need a friendly face. I need somebody I can practice with. Can I practice with you? Right? You use this and teach this with your close friends and family, and you won't get the attitude that you might get today. One, I'm in a hurry. I'm really pumped. I got some stuff going on, but I wanted to tell you that your support has meant the world to me. There's not a lot of people I can count on, but I can count on you. And that means everything. I mean, when you think about it, it means everything. And I've gotten involved in something I'm really excited about. I'm a little nervous because it's something new. And I need a friendly face. I need somebody I can practice with. Can I practice with you? What are they going to say? Of course! And you show them your product, even if you show them the opportunity, you say, well, I'm just practicing now, so relax. The first thing I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to show you this video. Okay? Now I got to push play. Here, now watch it with me. When you're done, now I'm supposed to ask these three questions. Question, question, question. You give me your answers. Come on, we're practicing, right? And then now I'm supposed to do this, and now I'm supposed to do that. And now I'm supposed to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're going to get started with this opportunity on a part-time basis, about how much would you need to earn to make it worth your time? About how much? $1,000 a month. Now, how many hours a week could you realistically commit to earning that $1,000 a month? One. And these are questions that I have to read because I'm practicing. And 1 hour a week for $1,000 a month. How much are you making an hour now? Dang. Maybe you need to switch this around and you tell me what you're doing. So realistically, come on, to make $1,000 a month, how many hours would you put into it? About 10, okay. And how many months would you give it at 10 hours a week to develop that $1,000 monthly income? What do you think? 5, all right. So if I could show you, again, I'm still practicing. If I could show you how to get $1,000 a month working 10 hours a week over the course of the next 5 months, would you be ready to get started? All right, cool. Now, do we want to go past practicing? Do you really want that input? Because I can show you how to get it. See what I mean? So here's what I want to do. We have a little bit of time? We have a little bit of time, yeah? Okay, here's what I want you to do. Did you write down those 3 things? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I want you to pick somebody, pick a partner. You can do it with the person next to you. And I want you, one person to be the prospect and one person to be the distributor. And I want you to just do those 3 things. Just role play a phone call. And once you do it, I want you to do it back and forth twice. You be the distributor, you be the distributor, distributor, distributor. Okay? Back and forth. Do it twice. Do it quick. You're just doing those 3 things, right? That's it. Ready? Go. He practiced 2,000 hours. That was just 2.5 minutes. Do you think if you sat down with 3 or 4 people that you really cared about in this business, and all you did was invite practice for an hour, 1 hour, If you're at 2 on a scale of 1 to 10 with confidence, you'll go to an 8 in 1 hour. Okay? If you spent 1 week with all your waking moments practicing this, in 1 week you'd feel so comfortable you just say, put me in front of somebody.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't matter. Put me in front of them because I'm ready to do this. Practice builds confidence, right? Skills takes fear away. So whether it's that, I'd like you to practice a lot of things. You got this system that she showed me. It's so amazing that you have the ability to actually practice closing. You have the ability to practice invitations. You have the ability to practice following up. Practice answering objections, answering questions, overcoming all that stuff. You got the ability to practice, practice, practice. I will tell you, practice was my best friend for building confidence. If you lack confidence, when you go out of this room and you're out by yourself, you know, in this room you can have a little more confidence, back home, whatever. In the wrong environment, you start to lose confidence. Preparation was what did it for me. Learning how to say what I needed to say when I needed to say it. Not being a robot, but having some principles, some basic concepts. Learning how to close, like I just did with that young lady back there. You know, how much money would you need to earn if you're going to do this part-time? How many hours? How many months? If I could show you how to get all that, would you be ready to get going? Some simple things. I learned how to close with 6 questions, and the 6 questions have never changed. Question number 1. What's your name, sir? Derek? It's a cool name. It kind of rhymes with Eric. Nice to meet you. So if I'm talking to Derek, I'm going to say, I show him the presentation. Now write these down. They're in the book, so don't worry about the exact detail. So if I say to Derek, hey Derek, based upon what you just saw, what did you like best about it? Helping people make extra money. Whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is. He's going to say, you know, I like the product, I like helping people, I need to make some money, whatever. He'll give me some clues to what he's doing by saying, what'd you like best? Never say, what'd you think? What'd you like best? Helping people make extra money. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you have absolutely 0 interest, 10 being you're ready to get started right this moment, where are you? About 8. All right. Let me ask you a couple more questions. If you were going to get started with this business on a part-time basis, approximately how much would you need to earn to make it worth your time? About $2,000 a month. About how many hours a week do you think you could realistically commit to developing that $2,000 a month? 4 hours a week. And how many months would you be willing to work that 4 hours a week to get to that $2,000 a month? 6 months. So, Derek, if I could show you how to get to $2,000 a month, working 4 hours a week over the next 6 months, would you be ready to pull the trigger, get going? Sure. All I did was say, tell me your dreams. And if I can show you how to get them when you're ready to go. That's it, those 6 questions. What'd you like best? Scale of 1 to 10. How much money? How many hours? How many months? If I would you. Done. You don't ever have to think about that ever again. It's over. All you got to do is practice. Now, if we had an hour and we just practiced that, you walk out of here just on fire. Just, you know, let me show somebody something. So just so I can ask them what you like best and start the process. You know what I mean? What are their hopes and dreams? And let me help them get going. Now, the skills are going to unlock some things for you. Activity's going to unlock some things for you. You're involved in a magic moment right now. I know some things that you don't know.
Okay.
About your company. And here's what I know. There comes a point in time when, and typically when transition happens, some people get frozen and paralyzed by trying to figure every single thing out. Other people just decide to take action. And the paralyzed people never get, the ones that want to get all the answers, they never get the reward. It's always the action people who are taking action when it's a little ugly. You want to really act and build a team when it's a little ugly. When it's super pretty all the time, a lot of the big growth has been sucked out. When it's a little ugly, when it isn't quite figured out, when everything isn't all rolled out and everything isn't all exactly transitioned, all that stuff, that's where the money is. When I made my big money, my first big money, 29 years old, 28 when I started, I got involved with a company that was doing about $1 million a month in sales. And it was a little ugly. And they were going through a big transition, and we decided to become a part of that growth and in that transition. And there was a bunch of people that were like, we don't like all these changes. We're frustrated with all this stuff. And we just said, fine, stay frustrated. We'd stir it up for them. Stay focused over there, because it's about market share for us. We're going to get as big a piece of this pie as is possible. September 1st of 1992 I started, and I did a 90-day run like my life hung in the balance. I worked harder than I've ever worked in my life. I worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. I wouldn't recommend that now. I'd recommend 6 days a week, 16 hours a day. And if you have a full-time job, work your full-time job and then another full-time job. I mean, literally, you'll never get paid as much for every hour of time in your life than an hour invested in an intense burst of energy in the next 90 days. You'll never, ever in your life, ever. From that 90 days, the company went from $1 million a month in sales to $14 million a month in sales. $1 million in September, $14 million in December.
Wow.
That next year, I made $980,000. And guess what? My career was built on that burst of energy. Now fast forward a little bit. I started a traditional company. I raised about $10 million. It was all on personal development called Better Life Media. It was going to be a personal development cable channel. I was really excited about it. Threw all my money into it. We failed. It didn't work. Sad. Super sad. And really sad that I lost all my money. But in 2005, I just said, you know what, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and I know what to do. It's all about 90 days. And I hit it so hard for 90 days, starting June 1st, that time, June, July, August. Nobody worked harder. I started at 8 a.m. every day and I finished at midnight every day. And I just pounded. I was relentless. And in the next 5 years, I made $7 million. And guess how much of that $7 million I could point back to that 90 days? 90%. So, somebody has a calculator? Pull out a calculator, please. Tell me how many hours there are in 90 days. I work 16 hours a day, 6 days a week for 90 days. So what is that? 2,160? All right, so take $7 million. Take off 10%, so $6.1 million by 2160. $2,800? $2,800 an hour I made.
Wow.
While I slept. I didn't include sleeping hours. If you take away sleeping hours, it's probably like $4,000 an hour. That's what I made, really, from the effort of that 90 days. But here's what it requires. It requires that you take action before you have evidence. It requires that you take a leap of faith and act before it's even proven to anybody else. Most people will only aspire to the highest level of what's in the company. The highest achievers ignore who is at the highest, and they set the bar to their level. Because the people, the highest earner in this company is making a fraction of what the highest earner in this company is going to be making a year from now, 2 years from now. So what I want to encourage you to do is, if you work like your life hung in the balance for 90 days, and you really buy into that, and here's what I know. I'm really talking to about 20 people in this room right now. 20 people in this room say, you know what? Nobody's seen me ever flex my muscle like I'm capable ever. But I'm going to do it. Some of you might have never done anything inside this company yet. Because you just haven't, for whatever reason. You haven't pulled the trigger. Some of you, and we don't know. We don't know who those 20 are going to be, but those 20 are going to dominate this company. Within 90 days, we're going to know who the 20 are, because they're going to walk out of here and say, you know what, this is my time. This is my time. I was put on this earth for this moment, these 90 days, to be able to not only change my life, change my family's life, change the lives of every single person I touch. I don't understand everything that's about to happen, but I'm going to go tell the world, guess what? There's a transition of all transitions about to happen inside the company. The people who get in front of this wave are going to make a fortune. The people who get behind it are going to be sorry for the rest of their lives. Are you in or you out? Do you want to run with me or not? You know what I mean? Did I say anything about the product in that little 30-second thing? I just said, you know, let's go live an epic adventure. Let's go do something outrageous. Let's go shock the world. You plus me. 1 + 1 adds up to 10. Let's go bring in some other people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired, who are ready to do something crazy. Let's do something crazy. Into that next convention, we had 10 people at this one here in Vegas. Let's bring in 500 at the next one. Let's rent the motor coach and load up the bus and take everybody there. And, you know, call them all dream buses, because that's what they are. Let's, you know what I mean? I'm talking about taking off the limits, because a lot of you have little limits on your dreams right now. What I want you to understand is it's real, and it's possible, and it can be yours, but you gotta act. And you gotta act before everybody else does. You can't wait for everybody else to act first. You gotta be the crazy one. You gotta be the misfit. You gotta be the rebel, like they say in the commercials. You know what I mean? Huh? Yeah, you can be the caddy. Let's go, man. But you know what I'm saying? Here's what you feel, right? When if I'm involved in this company and I come over and say, you know, look, let's run. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's not crawl anymore. We weren't put on this earth to crawl, and we weren't put on this earth to just sit there doing laundry for forever. For the next 90 days, let somebody else do the laundry. The next 90 days, let somebody else cook the food. Let somebody else mow the lawn. Let somebody else do those other things. The world needs employees, but we're going to be a visionary for this period of time. Let's crush it. Because if you tell that story to enough people, then they're going to say, well, what's the company? Well, I'll tell you later. Let's go. Tell me about this product. Fine, I'll tell you about the product. We're going through this massive transition. You're going to love it, but it's not going to matter. Let's go. Let's you and me go. You know what I mean? That's, if you have that conversation with everybody that you talk to, and they're going to say, what happened to you? They say, I don't know, I just woke up. I've been sleeping a long time. If you'll go there, if you'll act before you're ready, because most of you aren't ready right this second. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, I've got to go. I have things to plan. I've got to clear the decks. Fine, we'll give you 48 hours. Clear the decks. Change your life. A little 90-day burst can change everything. Change everything. Can rewrite your family history for forever. So 100 years from now, 200 years from now, they'll say, you know when our family changed? It was all the way back to 2014. When our great said, enough, I've had it, I'm not living like this anymore. Living something? So I hope you do that. I really like what you're doing. I really love the stuff that I know that you don't. It's good stuff, man. And this leadership group, this ownership team, all the different people that are involved with this company, they care about you so much. They want to see you succeed so much. They want to see you go to new levels so much. It's what they do, working around the clock every single day. One thing I'd like to do as I kind of leave, and So I'm wrapping up now. So you're coming up as soon as I'm done? Okay. I got to go back to this coaching thing. So I have to leave at 12:30. But from 12 to 12:30, right out there, if you have a book or something, you want to take a picture, I don't know. What, on that side? On that side? If you want to take a picture or whatever, you want me to sign a book, if you've got a book here or something, happy to do it, as many as I can do in a half an hour. And I'll also tell you this, if you got value from the book, I have a gift for you. You guys want to pass these out real quick? You can get as many books or CD audiobooks as you want today, only today, hold on, you haven't heard the punchline yet. We don't have them here, actually, in the room. But they're $5. I'll lower them all down to $5 a piece. As many as you want. What's the shipping on it? Huh? 15 flat rate. You know, you want to bundle together or whatever. So if you want to get a bunch of books for your team or a bunch of audiobooks for your team, instead of spending $10 or $12, you can spend $5. Get as many as you want to get, and we'll ship them out to you. And you can use them to grow your group. I promise you they'll help you grow your group, especially if you're working on the skills. If you take advantage of that, fantastic. I'd love to send them to you. But here's what I would tell you as we're passing this out, and I'll bring up our great Nalin, is I want you to know something. You can do this. You've got this. It's in your reach. Everything that you need is in your reach. There's nothing outside of your reach. There's no external circumstance that's going to stop you. There's no political machine that's going to stop you. There's no social limits that are going to stop you. There's no age limits. There's no experience limits. You just got to decide. And I'm excited to learn who of you were really that 20 that I came to talk to. And the rest of you, I'm glad you're here. Hope you have fun in Vegas. But ladies and gentlemen, my wish for all of you is that you decide to become network marketing professionals. You decide to go pro. Because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody, love you.
Alright, while you're on your feet, Mr. Worre here had a birthday while he was in Vegas. And I think we need to sing to him. To show how great this was and how much we appreciate it. So what do you think? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eric. Happy birthday to you. And here's a little gift from us. We appreciate all that you do. Thank you.
Gotta represent. See you guys out there.
Thank you.